Hello, I'm Juanita here with Kids First, and we are at a most exciting and unusual and unique. I can't even find more words to tell you what it's like to be at Sight and Sound Theaters in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And today we're going to be talking with Katie Miller.
Hi, Juanita.
And she is the communications manager. Corporate communications manager. And the unique thing about her is that she grew up in this whole production thing. So first I'd like to say congratulations.
Thank you.
To you and the entire team, because I was just I don't even know what words to say. And now that I've gone on that tour, it just made me feel like, oh, there is so much to this. So you started out as a young person.
Yes.
You were 2 years old?
I was, and I was on stage. So it's a family business. I'm the oldest of the third generation. My grandparents, Glenn and Shirley Eshelman, started Sight and Sound in 1976. I wasn't born then. Okay. But from the very beginning, it was very family focused. We had a much smaller theater right down the road from here, and we all were in the cast on stage, and we would also, at intermission, we'd run out into the lobby and sell food at concessions, and then go clean the bathrooms after the show was over and go back on stage. So we kind of did it all at that point in time, and it was really fun. We were working every day, but it was with cousins and aunts and uncles, and we had a lot of fun while doing it too.
So do you miss being on the performing side?
I don't as much. I don't think it was my childhood the way that it was, and I love being backstage, but it didn't take me too long to realize that I don't know that I have the gift inside of me that a lot of people do for acting and singing and dancing. So I definitely prefer the side of the business that I have the opportunity to be on. My kids, on the other hand, definitely got the theater bug. They're very theatrical. They sing and dance, and they're actually in the cast of Jesus. So it's fun to see that be inspired inside of them.
And so, Reagan, I'd like to ask you to share with our Kids First Critics audience, just what does it feel like for you being the great-grandchild of the founders and being a part of this whole production?
It's a really fun experience. I like all of the different adventures that we get to take, and just the different experiences with figuring out with school and work and stuff. It's just fun.
Okay. What was maybe one of your favorite things that you've been involved in? One of the favorite productions?
I think Jesus is my favorite.
Okay.
I like the spiritual part of the show, and I just like the way that the show is told.
Okay, all right. And so sometimes you get to play two different roles. Is that correct?
Yeah. So one of the young Jesus is moving away. So if one of the young Jesus couldn't be here, the Malachi is a backup for it. So yeah.
Yeah, so last night you were Malachi. Okay, great. And you're now a sixth grade student at the Linville Hill Christian School. So are you planning to continue to work, in the field of acting and entertainment, or do you have any other career interest?
I think as a child I'm going to work as long as I can.
Okay.
Because it's so much fun working with my cousins and the wonderful people here at Sight and Sound, and just to be around family and stuff.
Okay.
And but when I get older, I want to work here too, but not as an actor.
Okay.
Because of the show hours, there's so many hours, and you're working all week long.
Right.
And I want time to hopefully and eventually spend time with my kids and my family and stuff.
Jonathan, Blair, congratulations on this. It was just an absolutely wonderful performance.
Thank you.
You really made it feel like we were there with you as Jesus. I mean, you were very kind and it just came through your whole performance. So I have a few questions that I'd like to ask.
Sure.
You. Did you always want to be an actor?
I think so. Yeah, about as long as I can remember. I was always imitating movies and things that I saw or read, and yeah, it's always what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so how did you get to Sight and Sound?
Great question. I was living in Southern California, and some friends of mine had taken a vacation to Lancaster to Sight and Sound, and they brought back a DVD years ago. And I watched, I think it was Joseph, and I was blown away. And I thought, oh, that would be cool to work there someday. And I saw, last year, I saw their notice for the auditions on Facebook, so I sent in a video, and they asked me to come audition, and it worked out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I understand there's 11 shows every week.
Yes.
And you alternate with someone else who plays the part, and then you get to do other parts.
Yeah, we're in the ensemble track. We call it Off Jesus. Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So are you, like, sometimes thinking, like, how do I really give this part, the character, do you think about it, or you just, because that's how you are?
That's a good question. I think it can be really easy to overthink and to really overanalyze every little nuance of who God is, who the Son of God is, and I kind of just had to default to, I know this person, this is a real person that I know, so I'm just going to tell the audience about this person that I know. So, yeah, keep it simple.
Well, and you did a really great job. Like I said, I felt that compassion and that caring, the teaching, you could kind of tell that from your interactions. And the whole cast and crew and stage is so wonderful.
Oh, yeah. It's incredible. Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah. So you'll be here for like the next couple of years, and then what will you do after that?
Who knows? It's all in God's hands.
Okay.
We'll see. A year ago, I had no idea I'd be here, so we'll see.
Well, I really don't have any other questions. I just want to tell you that I really enjoyed, and I look forward to coming back to Sight and Sound and probably see you in some other production.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Is there any particular thing that you want to say to our Kids First audience that might inspire a young person who is thinking about, becoming an actor or being in entertainment?
Sure. The main thing I'd have to say is if you feel like that's where God's pulling you, then don't be afraid to walk out on the water. Yeah.
Very good. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Juanita here from Kids First, and we're again here at Sight and Sounds in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And if you get a chance to be in this part of the world, stop by and find out the schedule and see a show.